Hey guys, today is going to be all about your SP. I've done a couple of videos like this. You guys seem to enjoy them. Obviously, relationships are a really hot topic in the manifesting and law of assumption community. We're all, looking to manifest a perfect relationship, right? So today's going to be all about taking them off the pedestal. I've seen this a lot with my own coaching clients, which I can't believe I'm finally getting to say that, but yeah, my own coaching clients, and in general from other people who also, consciously manifest. That's usually the issue with your SP, that's what's blocking you from getting them. You're still holding them in such high regard that you're just looking up to them, you revere them, they can do no wrong, it's you who's doing wrong, like, oh my gosh, I really want this person. So I'm going to give you advice on how to kind of lower them a couple notches, like remove them off that pedestal, put yourself up there, value yourself the most highly, and have them running after you. So do thumbs up and subscribe, it would mean a lot to me, especially if you really enjoy this, if you'd like more videos along this topic. Obviously I'm going to continue doing manifestation videos, but if this topic is really interesting to you guys, you're learning a lot, please do let me know, and thumbs up and subscribe. I also offer one-on-one coaching if that's something you feel you need. Not everyone needs it, not everyone has to have it, you can manifest on your own, but if you do want that extra one-on-one support, really personalized affirmations, guidance, feedback, insight from me, then all my information about my coaching services is on the page LOA Coaching on Instagram. That's my kind of business coaching page where I post a lot of real videos, and it has all my prices and everything. So check that out if you're interested, and then you can email me. And yeah, I'd love to work with you. So let's just get started. Today, as I said, it's just going to be all about how to get your SP, him or her, whoever it is, off the pedestal. So first thing you want to do is obviously think about yourself, because it's all coming from you. Not only is everyone you pushed out, your SP is reflecting your own beliefs and assumptions, you're also in control of how you see yourself and kind of how you're blocking yourself from getting that perfect relationship, if that makes sense. So first point is you want to think about what insecurities come up when you criticize yourself within that relationship. So let's just, for an SP, I might just say him, just because my SP would be male. So yeah, just obviously this can apply to anyone, any relationship. Sorry about that, guys. Some kind of alarm went off in the middle of my video, so that was great. But I think I was in the middle of a point. What I was saying is, whenever you criticize yourself in relation to that relationship, so between you and your SP, however things are, the dynamic, the way things have gone, good or bad, well, necessary in this case, specifically bad. So how do you criticize yourself? What critiques do you say about yourself? What kind of negative kind of feedback do you give yourself? Do you say, oh, I'm so critical, oh, I hold back too much, I don't communicate with him properly, why can't I just be myself fully? Whatever it may be, how those are criticisms are what you need to really focus on to understand what insecurities you're still holding on to that you have kind of developed over the years, this vicious cycle you're creating for yourself. And from there, you'll have a better understanding of where your self-concept may be lacking, how you might be judging yourself perhaps too harshly. Yeah, just have a better understanding, more objective viewpoint of what it is you are doing for yourself, to yourself, within your own thought process, and how that might be affecting your relationship, how it might have led to certain outcomes. And that's not to say blame yourself, think of all these horrible things you've done, just so you can understand, because we all have good and bad thoughts, negative, positive traits, mental traits as well, just the way we think as well, our thought patterns can always be improved. So it's not about blaming yourself, it's just about having that understanding and self-awareness. So from there, you might be able to pick up more clearly on your personal insecurities, and specifically where they are in relation to your self-concept. So for example, like I said, if you feel like you should be acting a certain way with your SP, you should be initiating contact, you should be more exciting, or you should be telling him more jokes because then he'll message you more, which is not the case, but we might all have these crazy thoughts coming up, trying to justify why things went wrong and trying to figure out what we did wrong, and we do tend to put the blame on ourselves. But here it's just a case of understanding it so we can immediately flip it and get back into the positive mindset. So from there, you might realize that you judge your personality too harshly, you don't understand how amazing you actually are, so you might want to start affirming something like, I'm the most amazing person anyone could ever meet, or I'm the most amazing person in my SP's life. They think I'm the life of the party. They think I'm the best thing that's ever happened. I am the best thing that's ever happened. You know, make it more about self-concept more so than your SP, but that's just an example of how it might relate to your actual relationship. So there you can flip it and use it as self-concept affirmations. So things like, I'm the best thing that can happen to anyone. I'm everyone's priority. I'm everybody's favorite person. Everybody wants to spend time with me every day. You know, little things like that, whatever it is personally to you. Once you've written out that list of insecurities and kind of negative self-concept points in relation to your SP, how you think, then you flip it and you can use those as your self-concept. I'd recommend doing those at least a couple of weeks, because I'm sure we all have our own self-concept affirmations already chosen. But I'd say dedicate just a little bit of time at least to affirming those new affirmations, and you'll probably start seeing a change pretty soon, especially in your relationship with your SP, how you think about yourself, how you think about the whole relationship. The next point is more just general advice, like girlfriend advice, like girlfriend to girlfriend, person to person. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't judge yourself so harshly, because I know for a fact your SP isn't and doesn't want to. The only reason they might be is because you've created this assumption and belief, so they have conformed to it and have started judging you. But generally, people are more understanding and forgiving than we are to ourselves. So try not to be so hard on yourself. Like, understand that, yeah, you might say or do the wrong thing at times, but you know, it doesn't ruin a relationship. It doesn't immediately change how someone feels about you. Just give yourself a pass now and again. Forgive yourself, move on. Don't hold on and overthink these mistakes you might have made. Just let it be and be like, you know what? I didn't really like how I acted there. I didn't really like what I said there. It might have been misinterpreted by my SP. You know, maybe our next date will go better than the last, whatever the case may be. Just be a little more understanding with yourself. But also, on the flip side, be a little harsher with them, because sometimes, like I said, when we have them on the pedestal, we feel like they can do no wrong. We need to forgive them. Like, oh my gosh, they're upset because, oh no, like they're angry with me. They initiated a fight. So let me be the one to, you know, end it and get back on good terms. No. Be a little harsher, especially when at times when they deserve it. If they've been really rude to you, then don't give them a pass. They need to apologize, they need to see they're wrong, and they need to work on it, and they need to rectify that situation and come to you with an apology or explanation, not the other way around. So don't be scared to get a little annoyed with your SP, express your, you know, annoyed or upset feelings. Just communicate with them openly and honestly. Obviously, don't go on a rampage against them if you're having a bad day, like, why haven't you texted me for 3 months? Oh my gosh, like, you told me all these things a year ago and you've not done any of them. Don't do that. But if they've been rude to you, call them out on it. Don't be scared of messing anything up. It's not possible for you to ruin your manifestation. The only thing that would, sorry, a bit out of focus at the moment. Hello. Okay, so it's not possible to ruin your manifestation. The only thing you could do is maybe slow it down, cause some kind of negative 3D events potentially, but you can't ruin it. The only thing that would stop it is you just not manifesting or affirming it consciously anymore. That's the only thing that would pretty much stop it. So don't worry if you mess up, if you argue with your SP, but do feel free and confident enough and brave enough to openly communicate, to just express to them, you know, hey, that's not okay to speak to me like that, or, you know, you took 6 hours to respond, so I don't have time for a conversation now. Whatever the case may be, like, say it to them. Just be brave. Treat them the way you would treat a guy or girl on a dating app, like at the moment you met them. If they started getting rude to you, you wouldn't tolerate it. You'd probably unmatch them immediately and be like, that's not for me, not getting treated that way. You need to have the same type of attitude with your SP sometimes. So next point is more of an active piece of advice or homework I'd give you guys, and that is to just spend a week affirming twice as much for your self-concept as you do for SP. So I'd like you to use that method where I said, you know, you flip all the insecurities with your self-concept in relation to your relationship with your SP into a positive and affirm all those. So spend a week spending twice as much time affirming your self-concept as you do for SP, and include those new ones that you've created after watching this video. So you can do as many as you want. I'd recommend maybe just picking a few key ones. So if you already affirm things like, I'm perfect, my life is perfect, I get everything I want, my mental diet is perfect. If you affirm things like that, keep those in, but then everything else switch out with the kind of positive flip side affirmations you've chosen from this video. So yeah, whatever they may be, maybe 3 or 4 that you've picked, you realize, oh, I always criticize myself about this when, you know, things go wrong with my SP. Affirm the opposite of those for a week and do it twice as much as your SP affirmations, because again, you're putting them on the pedestal by dedicating too much time affirming for them. It will work, you will manifest them, but you also need a strong self-concept. You need to understand where your negative assumptions about them are coming from, because it will just continue to influence your relationship. You'll continue having those negative thoughts, and it's just easier to change it now. So yeah, just spend a week doing that, and I guarantee you'll feel better. You might see some 3D movement, you might see some birds before land, you might just feel better in yourself, but I promise it will help, it'll have a positive influence. So do test that out, because I've done all sorts of things like that. I've done a week of just self-concept, I've done, you know, 5 self-concept affirmations for 1 SP, like I've tried all sorts of methods, and honestly it definitely works. Final point is more of a rhetorical question, just something for you guys to think about for yourselves. And again, it will help you maybe understand where you're going wrong in your self-concept and your assumptions about your SP. And that is, are you allowing breadcrumbs? Are you allowing them to give you the bare minimum? Just give you, like, sprinkle a little bit here and there every couple of weeks, but not give you anything concrete, anything positive, anything kind or thoughtful, because you can't tolerate that. You can't just get all excited and happy and be like, oh my God, my SP said hi after 3 weeks of ignoring me. That's amazing that you manifested contact, and it is worth celebrating, but them just saying hi, it's like, oh, whatever, you know, there's a million guys messaging me saying that, like, he's just another guy, right? Or, you know, I can DM a girl right now and have a great conversation with her, so what that my SP said hi. Yeah, you can't allow them to just give you the bare minimum and, you know, just feel so fulfilled from just that. Just keep your expectations and standards really, really high and be like, amazing, this is the first step. They told me hi over Instagram. I haven't spoken to them for 3 weeks or 3 months. This is a great first step. But, you know, ignore the message or reply to them the next day with, hey. Nothing else. Don't initiate conversation, because they're giving you the bare minimum. Keep affirming, keep persisting, and they will come forward. They will take action, you know, whatever inspired action comes from them. But literally all you need to do is go internal. Affirm, revise, persist, work on your self-concept, and make sure you're not tolerating or allowing breadcrumbs. Like, you need to have higher standards. So yeah, it's amazing. You know, I would be really happy as well to get an SP telling me, hey, after no contact. It is a good manifestation. It's the next big step to getting what you want with them. However, you know, it's not enough for you to, you know, kind of relax and be like, okay, I got my manifestation. You need to keep going until you get the full relationship that you want. But yeah, it's all about building up from your self-concept. That's the foundation of everything, every relationship in your life. So just affirm, you know, whatever you've realized that you're lacking in, that you think negatively about yourself, affirm the opposite. Spend as much time as you can doing that until you feel a lot better and stronger and more confident in yourself. And I promise it will help with your SP relationship. And yeah, all the steps that I just mentioned, honestly, all of them together will really help remove your SP from that pedestal where they're at. Bring them down a few notches. Bring them down onto a little stool. You're on the big pedestal. They're on a tiny little, what's that fairy tale? Goldilocks little stool, right? The baby bear. That's where they're sitting, on that tiny baby stool. So yeah. Hopefully this made sense and helped you guys, gave you some inspiration and good advice. Do thumbs up and subscribe if it did, if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!